I could stay like this, forever follow.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Summer with 40 and Fabulous. We are going to do a very different video right now. This is not about makeup, it's not about low carb or any of that stuff. What it is about is some kittens. I rescued a mama cat out of a parking lot of a local craft store, and it was about, well, it was the very first week of June last year. So today's January 13th. These kittens are now 7 months old. I had been feeding their mom in this parking lot for about 4 months. She was this little petite black cat, and she looked very young. She kept coming up. Every time I would go over there to buy something, she would come up to my car and she would meow, and then when I would try to pet her, she would run. You know, so she was like kind of semi-feral, I guess. You know, she wanted to come up, but she was afraid to, so she would run every time. So I started taking her food out there literally every day. When I first started going out there, it was cold still, and so, you know, I felt so sorry for her out freezing in the parking lot and cold. And, you know, I always see cats out in parking lots like that because there's a lot of assholes that don't get their pets fixed and just dump them out. And sorry to be blunt about it like that, but that's one thing I'm going to be really, really real about. I don't like assholes that don't take care of their pets. I don't. If you can't take care of a pet, don't get it. That's all I have to say about that. You know, they should be spayed. They should be neutered. There should never be puppies or kittens born. There's thousands and thousands of them dying in shelters every day. So there's no need to ever let your animals procreate. Because someone else was irresponsible and trash, I picked up this cat finally. It took me 4 months to catch her. I took her food every day. She had a litter of kittens. I took all of the kittens except for one. I let her have one kitten back because she was absolutely beside herself, hysterical when she came back and saw those kittens were gone. Now, this cat, it was freezing cold at this time, and she had been keeping these babies up under kind of an electrical box in the middle of the parking lot, but it was a really big, you know, like one of those medians with the grass and the electrical box. And she knew that I knew where her kittens were. I was feeding her where her kittens were. Not next to them, but in the same little island, so she wouldn't get out in the traffic, because even though it was in a parking lot, people drive like idiots, and you know, they were flying through the parking lot all the time and stuff, and I knew that when these kittens got big enough to walk, that they were going to be dead, more than likely. I thought maybe she had, let's see, it was 5 kittens. It was 5. She had 5. And we got all 5 kittens, and the mama cat was so upset. For people who think that cats don't care about their babies, or that cats don't have feelings, or dogs don't have feelings, or whatnot, this cat was so hysterical about her babies that she was running out in front of cars in the parking lot. So I literally had to give her a baby back so that she would calm down. Once she got the one baby back, she calmed down. She took the baby back and hid him in her hiding spot, and she went back with the baby, and I took the other kittens, and I had every intention of catching this cat before she had more kittens. Well, she hid with the baby that was left. She hid. She took him away from the hiding spot because she knew that I knew where they were, and she was afraid I would come back and get him. So she hid. I did not see her for a couple of weeks. When I did see her again, she came out for food, and then she went right back. She wanted nothing to do with me at that point. Like, she was afraid of me at that point. So, and I know there's probably going to be some people who say that's so mean. How could you take her kittens? Those kittens would have all been dead, and I'm pretty sure the one I left ended up dead. I should have taken him too, honestly, looking back on it. But I felt so sorry for her that I let her keep the one kitten. I never saw that kitten again. But I did continue on feeding her. And at this point, she really started letting me pet her, but when I would try to pick her up, she would freak out. And then she would, like, you know, claw to get away and run. I never actually was able to pick her up. So I could tell she was pregnant again already. These other kittens were maybe 6, 7 weeks old. The ones that I found homes for, they were 6 or 7 weeks old. She was already pregnant again. I never saw the baby again. Chances are Tomcat killed him so that they could mate with the mom. So I shouldn't have left him, but I did. So she was pregnant again. I fed her, and I'm like, I've got to catch this cat before she has these kittens, because if she has them again out here, I'm not going to be able to get them all, and I'm not going to be able to get her, you know, and the kittens and everything. So I figured she would hide them from me the next time. So she was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I couldn't get her. And so I got a friend of mine to come out, and she had some of the traps that you try to catch cats in. So we took that trap out, and we tried that, and the mama cat, she had come out, and she was like meowing and looking at me, and she's like, I'm not getting in that trap, stupid. Like, she was like totally smart. She knew that that was a trap. She wasn't getting in there for anything. We put canned tuna in there, we put wet food, we put anything in there. She was not getting in it. Now, the baby's daddy, he was out there, and he was very pitiful as well, and he did get in the trap. And we felt so bad to not take him and get him fixed at least and put him back out, but we had to let him out because we were trying to catch the mama, and it was at the point where she was huge and pregnant at this point. So we stayed out there for a couple hours trying to catch her in the trap. We took it back several times, could not catch her. She would not go in it. She would sit there and watch me. She would sit there and watch me and go like, I'm not getting in that trap. So finally I went out and I had a huge dog crate from when my puppies were babies. So it was a very large dog crate, huge for a cat anyway. And so I took the dog crate out there, and I opened the door up, and I put a can of tuna in the very back of the crate, and then I dropped tuna along to the outside. And she ate the tuna on the outside, and then she would lean in a little bit and grab it and run back out, and she wanted to get the tuna so bad, but she didn't want to go in that cage. And I did not feed her anything else. Deliberately that day I did not bring her any other food because I wanted her to get that tuna. So finally I'm waiting out there, and the employees from the store came out, and they laughed, and a couple of the girls said, well, you must be special because that cat won't let me touch her. And I said, well, I've been feeding her for months. You know, it just takes a lot of patience. And the manager came out, and he said, you're not going to catch that cat. She's been out here for a year or two, and she's wild. And I said, okay. I said, okay, well, I'm going to keep trying. And he was nice and everything. He just told me you're not going to catch her. That same night is the night I was out there with the crate with her. And she started leaning in the crate, trying to get the tuna, leaning in the crate further, leaning in the crate further. Everything was in the crate except for her back feet. And I said, I'm going to have to push this cat in the crate and slam the door, because if I don't, I'm not going to catch her again. And so I'm literally sitting there thinking this, but I'm concerned because if for some reason she gets that door open before I get it latched, or if I can't get her in time, you know, then I've lost her trust again. And so I'm going to have to start all over. So I'm thinking this, and about while I'm thinking it, I look down, and she has stepped all the way in the crate, both feet. I slammed the door shut and latched it, and she freaked out. She freaked out for a minute, and about a week later, she had not 4 or 5 kittens like I expected. She had 9 kittens. 9 kittens, people. I've shared them and shared them and shared them on Facebook. Nobody wants one. I did find one a home, of course, the only really beautiful solid gray that was really rare. So to make a long story short, I now have had 8 kittens for 7 months. And I do have a rescue that's working with me. All of them are spayed and neutered except for 2. I've got 2 males that I've still got to pay to get spayed and neutered. The rescue's paid for part of them. The rescue's paid for most of them to be fixed. I paid for a few, and then I paid for several to be chipped. In addition, because I did not think about the chipping when we first started spaying and neutering, or I would have gotten them chipped then. I do want them to have good homes. I have posted them on Facebook when they were babies and said I will drive them out of state to the right person. And I would, because I want them to have good indoor homes. These kittens have never been outside. They have eaten only the best food. I have been broke every paycheck from, you know, every time I get paid. I'm so broke before I get paid, because in between taking care of my own bills and my own pets, which are huge dogs, and now feeding and cleaning litter every day for all these kittens. The rescue, of course, has offered to put them in in a pet store. In a pet store, they'll put them in a pet store, and they have, you know, people can come in and adopt them. I will not do that, because people can come in and adopt them, and there is no, they just take them. They take them and go right then. I don't like that. I want to meet the people who want to adopt my kittens. I want to see where they're going to have them. I want them to tell me they're going to be indoor cats and that kind of thing. These kittens have never been outside. They'll get killed. If they go outside, they will get killed. And all outdoor cats eventually get killed. Anybody can say, oh no, my cat's been outside for 10 years and it's fine. Eventually the cat will come missing, or it will be run over, or it will be killed by dogs or wild animals. Something will happen, mark my words. No outdoor cat ever lives to be 20 years old. They don't, okay? And cats should live to be 20 years old. At any rate, these kittens are beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful babies, but you know, I wish I could keep all of them. I really wish I could. I've taken them to pet. I keep doing that. I've taken them, and I don't know if I can say specific store names like that. That's why I'm not doing that. The rescue that I work with is a partnership with a pet store, and that pet store does let us hold adoption events there, and they also have the adoption cages that they can use there. So I have taken them to adoption events at this pet store several times, and you know, people have come up and said how adorable they are and everything, and now it's at a point to where they're 7 months old and probably no one's going to want them anymore. They're not babies. Everybody wants a little baby free. But at any rate, if you are local to me and you know someone who's interested in a kitten, guys, who will give them an excellent home, I'm not giving these just as anybody. I know that people take kittens and do horrific things with them, and they take kittens and they do, you know, bait with them for dog fights. My kittens are not gonna go to anybody that I don't feel comfortable with. End of. So I have the one boy that was adopted, and he went to a wonderful, wonderful home. She sends me pictures all the time. Her kids love him. She loves him. Her husband loves him. So I'm very happy with his home, and that's what I want for these other babies. And you know what? People are like, oh, they're not kittens anymore. They are still babies. You guys, they're not even a year old. They're 7 months old. They're still babies. They are sheltered. They've only ever been around me, other than going to the adoption events a few times. They have been boarded once when I went out of town. But other than that, they've only been around me. So they don't like strangers right away. You have to give cats a chance. You know, I did have someone else adopt one, and then it didn't work out. So, and that's fine. And that happens, and I don't mind. I want them back if it doesn't work out. But so if you do know somebody that is even if they're not local, even if it's somewhere where I could talk to them over a period of time and then meet them, I would be willing to do that if I think it's the right home. But I would absolutely want vet references and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, not playing about these babies. So if you guys know anybody, let me know. Other than that, if you guys, you know, it is very, very expensive, and I'm not a 501c3. I'm not a rescue. I just have 8 kittens that I ended up stuck with along with the mama cat. And, you know, I'm having to change their litter. I scoop their litter every day, and then I change their litter boxes every other day. So that is very, very expensive, even with using a cheap type of litter. And of course they eat a ton with that many, and then of course I have to buy them toys, and I have to buy them things to play on, and I have to keep them in my house, which is a nightmare having to clean up after that many kittens. But I can't just dump them at the shelter to be killed. So I'd love to keep all of them, honestly. If I had space, if I had a house that had room where I could have a huge cat room or something and I could keep all of them, I can't have 8 cats just running around loose in the house. That's just too much. Kitties, or if you know somebody that might give them the best home ever, you know, I would be willing to travel with them. You know, if somebody wanted to take maybe 1 or 2 that would give them a great home that I could check and verify vet references and personal references on. If I'm going to drive one, you know, out of town, I need personal references too, of people that would tell me, you know, what kind of person this is. I'm not going to just give these kittens to anyone. The rescue does charge an adoption fee of $60, I believe, and that is to cover them being spayed and neutered. They will also be microchipped because I want them to be returned to me or to the rescue if something does happen and not work out. I do not want them taken to a pound or a shelter. I would want them back. So anyway, I've got a lot of cute baby pictures all the way up till now of these kitties. So I just thought it would be something to share with you guys, so you can see these adorable, adorable kitties without having to clean up after them and take care of them. It's at least fun to see the little babies. Thanks for watching, you guys. I know this is not the normal videos on this channel, but I did want to make a video of this, and I didn't want to create a whole new YouTube channel just for this. But, you know, I hope that maybe the video will be shared some. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. just want us to always be, to always be. Feel the air getting colder. I know something's missing here. I need your one right here. I need you to light a fire. Can you reach me in time? Can you find me? I'm waiting just on you. I'm waiting gonna find me? Are you gonna find me? I need to know you'll be here in time. I need to know you'll be here in time. Can you find me in time? I'm waiting, waiting just on you. I'm waiting, waiting just on you. I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. I just want us to always be, to always be. Let's stay here, let's stay here in love. Let's stay here, let's stay here in love. I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. I just wanna